morning. Today we are going to discuss some more examples regarding Java programming. Here in this program, what we are going to do is we are going to find out the miles traveled by the light in 1000 days. Here the light speed is 1,86,000 miles per second. So light speed is 1,86,000. Then number of days is 1000. Then seconds equal to days into. So here we have defined four variables. Light speed is integer value, days is declared as long, seconds also declared as long, and distance also declared as long. Then light speed is set to 1,86,000 and number of days is 1000, and in 1000 days how many seconds are there? So seconds equal to days into 24 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So seconds is equal to number of seconds in 1000 days, and distance is equal to light speed into seconds. Okay, so after that we are going to print in 1000 days light will travel about distance almost this much distance in miles. Okay, that we are going to print. For that I am going to copy this, and I have to save this as here I have, so I'm going to save it as light.java. So I have saved it as light.java, and now using Java compiler I'm going to compile that. Successfully compiled. Now I'm going to run it. Java light, that means in 1000 days light will travel about this much miles. Okay, and now we are moving on to the next is the demonstration of the character data type. Here this is a program in which we have defined two character variables, ch1 and ch2, and ch1 is assigned the value 88 and ch2 is character y. Now I am going to print character 1 and character 2. So character 2 is printed as y and character 1 is 88. Instead of 88, another character will be printed. That means this is Unicode characters. That means what is in Unicode character code, 88 is the Unicode for some character, and that character will be printed. And I'm going to show you what the execution of this program. So for that we are going to copy this again. Okay, so this should be saved as car-demo.java. So car-demo.java, car-demo.java. Okay, I have saved it. After that, what you have to do is java c car-demo.java. car-demo.java are going to compile it. Now run using car-demo. That means x and y. ch1 and ch2 are x and y. That means 88 is the Unicode character or Unicode value for capital X, and capital ch2 is already you have defined it as y, or you assigned this y to ch2. That means when you have printed this ch1 and ch2, it is displaying x and y. So 88 is the Unicode character for capital X. In the previous example, I have demonstrated to you that 88 is the Unicode character for Unicode value for ch1. Now, in this example, what you are going to do is ch1 is assigned x. That means the value assigned to ch1 will be 88, and after that, that will be incremented by 1. That means 89, and it will print again the character corresponding to 89 also. So, I am going to execute that, and when we are executing this, we will be able to see what is the Unicode format Unicode character equivalent to 89. So car demo 2 dot car demo.java. Now after that you just car demo 2.java compile, then you are going to run that 2. So what is that? X ch1 contains x and ch1 is y. So 89 is the Unicode character for y. 80. Now this is the Boolean testing, another type of Java data. Another Java data type is Boolean. So I am going to test Boolean. Initially, where we have defined a Boolean value b, and initially that is assigned to false. B assigned equal to false means system.out.println b is, it will print b is false. Again, we have converted that to b is true. B assigned equal to true. Then it can take only two values, true and false. So after here, that will be true, then it will print if b system.out.println this is executed on, this will be displayed, this is executed will be displayed. After that you are setting it as false, and then it will execute if b system this is not executed. This second line, this won't be executed. Why? B is false. If b is false, it cannot execute this. After that, system.out.println 10 greater than 9 is, 10 greater than 9 is, plus 10 greater than 9, 10 greater than 9 will return true, and it will print true. Okay, so I will show you how this is done. You have to save this as booltest.java. Now I'm going to booltest.java. Okay, now Java booltest. So B is false, B is true. Initially it will print B is false, B is true, false, then B is true, then this is executed. After that, this is not executed, and after that it will return just 10 greater than 9, return true. That's why here this one. Okay. This is an example for dynamic initialization. Dynamic initialization in the sense, here you have defined two variables, a equal to 3.0 and b equal to 4.0, and now we are going to declare another variable double c, and its variable, its value is calculated as root of a square plus b square. That means a into a plus b into the square root of. That means here this mark is a package, and that package there is a square root function, and you are using that function to initialize this c. So the hypotenuse will be printed. Root of a square plus b square is printed as c. Okay. And when you are executing that program, you can see that. This is an example demonstrating the scope of block scope. For example, In public static void main you have a variable x, and that is available throughout this uh, public static void main this method. And after that you have x assigned equal to 10. If x is equal to 10, inside that block, that here if block is starting from here to here, this is the if block. Inside that block you are defining another variable y into y equal to 20, and this y is available only inside this block and not outside this block. That means int y is equal to 20. Then if you are printing this x and y, no problem, that will be printed, and x equal to y into 2 is also possible. But outside this if loop, here the if block is from here to here, and inside that this y is defined, and here you are going, suppose that you are, if you want to access that variable y, it will generate error. That means outside this is very difficult. It is not possible to access this variable y. See, this is how conversion can be done in C. In Java, here we have defined three variables: byte b, int I is equal to 57 and double t is equal to 323.142. So here you are converting int to byte. That means b equal to byte within brackets I means this I is an integer variable. You are converting that to a byte, and then you are going to print that. And after that, conversion from double to int. That means I assigned equal to int d means double value going to convert to here. Double value is d. D is having double value, that will be converted to an integer value. Here the value of d is again a double value that you are converting to a byte. So when you are converting this, how it will look like, or what happens to the double value and integer value, that we are going to see. So here this is conversion. So I am going to have a new conversion.java. So you have to save it as conversion.java. okay, conversion.java, that is the program name. And here Java C conversion.java. Once you have done this, Java conversion, that means when you have conversion of int to byte, that means I and B are 257 and 1. That means when you have converted this 257 integer value 257 to byte, that becomes 1. When what happened to that 250, that means up to 255 can be accommodated in a. So when we have converted this integer value to byte, it is not possible. Conversion of double to int, when double value 323.142 has been converted, that means its decimal places are neglected and the remaining integer value is 323. And conversion of double to byte, when this byte has been converted, then d and b, then actually this is 323.142. actually this from this 323, if 256 is subtracted, you get 67. Here also from 257, if you subtract 256, 1. That means conversion of int to byte, which is having a higher value compared to 256. That means if it is greater than 256, you will get an erroneous value. You will get an erroneous result. Here again, if this is promotion, that means here you have defined a byte 42, character c is equal to a, short s is equal to 1024, int I is equal to this, and okay. So double result is equal to f into b plus I by c minus d into s. F into b means now a float is multiplied by a byte, then again the result will be float. and I by C. I is an integer value and C is a character. Can you do that? Because this character is having some value, then it is possible. So how this is, when you are executing this, what will happen? I'm going to show you that. Promote. Okay. That should be saved as promote.java. Promote.java, and here Java C. This is promote.java. Java promote. What will happen? The result is, that means this is possible. That's why it's like that. Okay, if you want the details, you please go through this in detail. Here, this is how our array is defined. That means int month days with square brackets after the month days. That means that is an array of integers. So that you have to, this is only a pointer, and here how do we initialize that? Month days equal to new int 12 means now 12 integer value or integer storage locations are allocated for this, and month day of 0 is equal to 31, month day of 1 is equal to 28, etc. And now we can initialize those like this. And now if you want to print all those things, so I will show you how this can be executed. When you are executing this, the name should be array.java. Array.java, and can execute that Java C array.java, and Java array. That means April has 30 days. That means here system.array April has month days of 3. Month days of 3 is having 30. So that's why here you have 30 days. This is a program. That means in the previous program we have int month days, and after that month days of 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. you have initialized. Here the declaration and the initialization can be done in a single step. That means int month days within a square bracket is equal to 31, 20, 28, etc. up to 31. Then month days of 0 will be 31, month days of 1 will be 28, and like that month days of 11 will be 31. And after that you can print month days of 12 like this. Okay, month days of 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 11. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. That means here 13 numbers are 13 locations have been initialized. That means from month days of 0 to month days 12, a total of 13. And now we are going to discuss another program. This is a program to find the average of 5 numbers. The numbers have been initialized as 10.1, 11.2, 12.3, 13.4 and 14.5, and the double result is equal to 0 in I. And means inside the for loop you are varying this I from 1 to 5, and at the same time initially result will be 0, and after each iteration you are going to add 10.1, 11.2, 12.3, etc. And when you are exiting this for loop, this result is having the sum of all these 5 real numbers, and here you are going to print result by 5. That is the average of these 5 numbers. Here I am going to explain a 2-dimensional array is 2D array. That means initially int 2D, that means a pair of square brackets that means it is a two-dimensional array. If you have three pairs of square brackets, then it will be having three dimensions, etc. Up to any dimension you can have. New into 4, 5 means in one direction you have 4 and in another direction you have 5. That means 4 by 5 array. So in the I, j and k are initialized to 0. That means you have a for loop, and inside that for loop you have another for loop. That means the outside for loop is varying from 0 to 3, and the inside the for loop is varying from 0 to 4. That means for each value of I, for example, for I equal to 0, j is varying from 0 to 4. For I equal to 1, it's varying from j equal to 0 to 4. For I equal to 2, it's varying from j equal to 0 to 4, etc., etc. That means then that value, that 2d ij, that means initially j will be 0, initially j is 0, and after each iteration of the inside loop, the value of k is incremented, and that we are going to print. So if you, I will show you the result, and when you study or when you go through the details of this, you can find that it's very easy to have a two-dimensional array. That means reading to a dimensional array as well as processing a two-dimensional array. So I will show you that one. So here the name of this is 2D array. 2D array dot 2D array dot java. Now you have to java c 2D array dot java. Then after that java 2D array. Then what will happen? That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means here this is printing like this. That means as it is a 4 by 5 matrix. It's a 4 by 5 matrix. Then it is displaying like this. That means here initial portion is this for loop. This for loop is initializing the array, and this for loop, this pair of for loop is for printing that array. Okay, so that is with this we have covered most of the examples related to Java, data types and arrays, and in the next programming demonstration I will come up with a new set of examples. Thank you.